down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, and welcome into another extra special episode of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brizzy.
and this week, the fine folks at the uh, Instagram page for the movie A Halloween Feast reached out to us and said, "Hey, you two should watch our movie A Halloween Feast." And by
Mhm.
God, that's exactly what we did because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And we're always willing to take requests. So whether it's an independent film or your old favorite or whatever, let us know. We'll probably watch it and talk about it. But not to give away everything right at the beginning, but I actually liked it. How about you, Breezy?
It was interesting for sure. It was very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good way to put it. It's different. It's kind of odd in a way. It's labeled a horror comedy, but I think it leans a little bit more into the horror and a little less into the comedy, or else maybe I didn't get the jokes. But
But see, I got the jokes, but it's like it's to me, I see more of the comedy
okay.
and then a little bit of horror.
See, I was the exact opposite. I was like, oh,
What?
why? I was like, this is like a hardcore horror movie. She's fucking chopping people's fingers off and eating shit, and not eating shit, but eating eating body parts. But basically, in a nutshell, this is the story of mom, Angela Long, played by Lynn Laurie. And she's just psycho, and they first show her like burning ants with a magnifying glass, and then she does all kinds of other sick stuff. Uh, her husband, she told him not to smoke weed, and he smoked weed, so she put his goldfish in a blender.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, that's a little bit strange and overboard. But if you are that mad and put a goldfish in a blender because he's smoking weed.
Yeah, I was like personally offended. I was like, "What? How dare you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that poor guy, and his that fish did nothing, but no. And
And
then,
she actually did blend it too.
yeah. And by the way, that actress was in the movie Shivers. It's like a 70s horror movie by Roger Cronenberg, which I've never seen, but I read the description of it, and it sounds frickin' bizarre and crazy, so we might have to talk
Oh,
about
I
that
never
movie.
seen that.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
basically parasites that make people go crazy with sexual desire and violence. So,
Okay then.
yep. And then she was also in George Romero's The Crazies and some other stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, I've seen the crazies.
yeah. So she's been in some other stuff. No one else in the cast I really recognized. But that's not to say they weren't in other stuff. But then,
I know there was a few that I do. I'm like, don't I know him somewhere? And I actually looked up. There's actually a few of them were in like big top movies.
oh, okay,
I don't
cool.
remember where they are, but yes.
Um, but we have Julia Coulter as Karen, Gael Bronco as Mark, and Lou Diamato as Dr. Roger Park, uh, and Asia Lynn Pitts as Susan Goth Girl, and Pancho Moeller as my personal favorite character, Cujo.
Yeah.
And this is so she within the first 5 minutes of the movie, she smells weed on the husband, cuts his finger off, like blam, just right there at the dinner table. And then she goes to the psychiatrist, and then her and the psychiatrist get a little, and then the psychiatrist says she's cured. Bada bing,
That
bada
dinner's
boom.
I like that dinner scene because he chops off the finger and then all of a sudden like there's blood in the mashed potatoes.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
like I'm like, ooh, it's like kind of like ketchup. So somebody's like eating blood. I'm like, oh, somebody's eating ketchup. It's just,
So you have this family is the mom, the dad, the grandma, which doesn't talk, is just kind of old and bizarre and weird. And then you have Karen, the daughter, and her brother Stuart, and they're just a little happy family. And so she
Yeah, somewhat.
and there's some sex scenes and a lot of violence and some gross stuff, and it's actually pretty cool. I liked it. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
really, I was actually really shocked on the granny
Yeah.
because she's actually like the bad guy. We're not
Well,
trying to do any spoiler alerts, but we're probably going to have to. But
right.
the granny is like, oh, like at first I'm like, yeah, she's a sweetheart. I mean, all granny's a sweetheart. And then she turns around. Well, you know what? She's not a good granny at all.
Exactly. Uh, there, it seems like that my nose is itching for some reason. Someone must be thinking about me. But it seems like the insanity is handed down from generation to generation. So the mom and then the grandma and then the mom and then the kids maybe, but so you Julia or yeah, Karen hooks up with Mark. They start having a relationship. He basically teaches her all about how if you don't believe in anything, nothing has any meaning, and if you don't believe in God, then you can do whatever you want and not have to worry about punishment. And I was like, hey, that's kind of like what how his mom acts, or not.
Hmm.
Well, shit, I just ruined it. But it turns out he's the son.
Well,
Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched a Halloween Feast, go watch it now because spoiler alert, he's actually the son of the mom, the long lost son, and he has sex with his sister. And yeah, so but
yeah,
they didn't know.
the sex scenes are real interesting too. Especially, I don't know why, probably because I'm into it. But like the granny and the old guy, like
Hmm.
he's having like the mask, like the rubber mask.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, Granny has some like really like sick, twisted mind going on.
I think you're mistaking the mom Angela because
I
she
meant
is
Granny.
she's not the old granny that comes out like
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, yeah, that the
right.
whole like
Yeah.
they're all dressed up in that kink. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, Angela and the psychiatrist have some kinky stuff together with some fetish gear and some leather or latex or something. And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Also there's the quote unquote goth girl, and there's a sex scene with her in a coffin, and I was like, "Gee,
that is hot.
I know someone that has a coffin."
Yeah, me, I have a real coffin, but I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? That is hot.
Yeah, exactly. Instantly thought of you during that
Of
part.
course you did.
Yeah. So, and there's like a great like triple sex scene, like where Karen and Mark are having sex. I think that's the where the coffin is, and then the goth girl and Stuart are having sex, and then the mom and the psychiatrist are having sex, and or the I don't even remember at that point.
So it's like, are they like really having sex, all three of them, or should I say all three couples having sex at the same time?
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, here's one sex scene, here's another sex scene, here's another. I'm like, are they all having sex at the same time?
The one part that I did actually think was really funny, was when the psychiatrist was at Angela's house and the her husband came out and was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna be in the office working." And then she gets on top of the psychiatrist and is gonna start riding him, and he's like, "Well, what about your husband?" And she's like, "Well, he never comes out." And he's like, "He just did come out."
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. So what are some killing scenes that you liked?
Um, there's the only killing scene that I really liked was probably that dinner table.
Yeah.
It kind
The
of reminds me of Thanksgiving.
yeah, exactly. So throughout the movie, Angela kills various people. So somewhat her the it was the psychiatrist's wife, I believe, got a copy of a tape of Angela and the psychiatrist having sex and was going to blackmail him. So she killed like three different people to cover that up. And then
Mm.
they were like in a restaurant, and I didn't even see what the guy did, if he bumped her or if he like spilled wine on her or something. But he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm terribly," like apologizes profusely, and then she kills him in the bathroom. And but eventually she gets a gun and starts blowing people away. But she eventually carves everyone up for the quote unquote titular Halloween feast, and you get to see two severed heads and a big
Mm.
pile of guts and meatloaf that she said she mixed meat of the two men with some beef and
I really like considering this is like a Tubi original. Like some Tubi originals are like pretty bland, some of
hmm
them, but I really this one's really really good.
yeah. And then
It
there's
keeps you interesting or interested, I should say.
exactly. And then there's the subplot of Cujo, who's the cocaine dealer for the psychiatrist, and he's trying to collect his money. And he adds some comedy whenever he's on the screen too. I think he ends up
Mhm.
getting shot in the dick. That's pretty. That's always a crowd pleaser
Yeah,
whenever
I'm
that
like,
comes.
oh my, when I seen that, I'm like, oh man, I if I was a man, that would make me just cringe.
Yeah, and it like explodes too. Like the
I
effect, like
know.
how it's just like, boom! Like it looked
I,
like a blood bomb went off in his pants or something.
yeah.
I was
I'm
like,
like
oh my
sitting there,
God,
I'm
she
like,
blew his legs off.
I wonder how Matt's gonna take this scene.
Yeah, I was like, you could feel that one through the TV. Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
so earlier in the movie, when she first I think it was the psychiatrist's gun. She finds his gun, Dr. Roger Park, and she shoots him in the chest, and it goes out his back, and blood spurts on the wall. And I was thinking, really an exit wound, if the bullet went all the way through his back, would have caused a much bigger exit wound, and there would have been bits and pieces all over the wall. Well, hold that thought for just a second, because he's laying on the floor and blood is spurting out of him like a fountain, and she comes over with her dress and stands on top of him, so the blood is going up her dress, and she's like, ooh,
Yeah. Oh no, like
ooh.
God, that's like an awkward moment, but hey.
Yeah. And then later on at the dinner table, the goth girl starts mouthing off to her, and she shoots her in the head with the gun. And this time I got the exit wound with the gore I was looking for, because it just explodes like all over the
I
wall.
like that like boom explosion, like gut, blood, guts everywhere.
Yeah, it
Love
kind of
it.
caught it was much more gory than I was expecting. It kind of caught me off guard, especially after the first gunshot was I was like making fun of it, like, oh, that's not what it would look like. And then the second one's like, oh my God. Okay, fine. You know what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's an interesting movie. It's got some kinky parts, it's got some silly parts, it's got some extremely graphic, violent parts.
Hmm.
It's the only really slow part. There was the part where they met the goth girl and she was doing the tarot card reading, and
Yeah.
that seemed to drag just a little bit. But other than that, it's a like it kept me entertained, it kept me interested, and I liked it.
Well, at least it's like not so like so boring and dry. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to turn it off, but I can't because I gotta review this. But yes, we have seen those movies and reviewed
Yes.
it.
Yeah, it was called Low Lives.
Oh my God, you would never. Yes, the Low Lives is one of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron.
Or Swamp Gator.
Oh my God, yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah. But no, this one is actually pretty good. I think I would rate it 7. How about you?
Uh, Same. I'll probably rate it a 7 for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I like that it was creative. I like that it was gory. How not very often you get to see blood shoot up a woman's dress in a triple
Yeah,
sex scene, and
that is true.
yeah. Oh, we forgot all about Boney.
Oh yeah.
There's Boney in this movie.
Yep.
And if you're wondering, Boney is a parody of Barney the dinosaur, except he's orange and he's bony. And every time I hear Boney, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Oh.
there you have it. That's
So if you
any.
guys are interested, a Halloween feast. It's on Tubi, and it's a Tubi original. So look it up, watch it, and
It's
I'm pretty sure you guys would have, fun watching it, and maybe you enjoy it too.
it's definitely it's a free movie.
Hmm.
It's not costing you anything. It's worth your time to check it out just so you can say you did.
Yep, for
So,
sure.
so there
So
you have it.
Tubi.
Tubi, A Halloween Feast.
Yep.
Um, other than that, I think that's wraps that up for this week. So keep the requests coming. We got some more new subscribers. That's always exciting to see. We do have our merch page with our Stay Spooky, Always Stay Spooky line.
And
Um,
Finally received his, and he ordered
a hat.
always say spooky hat. And I asked him how's the quality and shipping, and he said that the quality is pretty well good. So
Yep, I was pleased, very happy with the whole thing. So look for that link. Our
link is in the
bonfire.
bio.
Yep, and always stay spooky.
Yeah.